309 of A Course in Miracles, and we have been given one more wonderful lesson of knowledge and remembering about Christ and the Christ in us. And it will be this time in this sequence of lesson 301 to 310 expressed in qualities of Christ, like eternal innocence, holiness of God. So the lesson title is, I will not fear to look within today. I will not fear to look within today. And that is within the 10-day sequence of receiving the answer, what is the second coming? But let's first look quickly at this lesson 309. I will not fear to look within today is a very essential and important directive of mind training, simply because that was the original fear altogether. And the human being fears to look within, because what does it fear to see? It fears to see the darkness. It fears to see and everything that it considered as evil, sinful, worldly, egoic, you could say, yeah? But full of sin. Yeah, and and what it needs to be accustomed to now is that there's light, there's love, that there's peace, and there is God, there's heaven in its mind. And the more we get accustomed to be in that light and to share that love, the more you also see very clearly that this is all you anyway want and always want to see. You want to be in that vision of Christ all the time. So I will not fear to look within today. Within me is eternal innocence. And we could say within me is Christ, and that is eternal innocence, right? Because it is God's will that it be there forever and forever. I, his Son, whose will is limitless as is his own, can will no change in this. For to deny my Father's will is to deny my own. To look within is but to find my will as God created it, and as it is. I fear to look within because I think I made another will that is not true and made it real. And that is what we were talking about, what the fear is to see. Yet it has no effect. A very important recognition and acceptance of the truth. That will of separation has no effect. Within me is the holiness of God. Within me is the memory of Him. And here is some prayer. The step I take today, my Father, is my sure release from idle dreams of sin. Your altar stands serene and undefiled. It is the holy altar to myself, and there I find my true identity. So you know also that we were just a few days ago, and we will probably do a little review of those previous 8 lessons in that sequence. What is the second coming? And in lesson 306, the gift of Christ is all I seek today. We were hearing about this ancient memory that returns to us. But you see that you teaches, your own Christ mind teaches in this lesson about will, your own will versus the will of God, and the necessity that my own will and the will of God has to be recognized as one, because it is one. There is only one will, and that is God's will. And what is God's will for me, for you, for us? God's will for me is perfect happiness, says a lesson, right? And this is still true. But you know, you could even read the title of the lesson in the way, I will not to fear to look within today. Yeah? Do you understand the difference? You know, it's my will is not to fear to look within today. Yeah? And so now it would make perfect sense that we are talking here about the willpower, that power of mind, that I will see exactly what I choose to see. And so here we are. This is your choice. This is my choice, and it will be either heaven or hell, right? So let's just have a moment of silence and peace in order to, yeah, to just let that willpower come to fruition completely in us, that we will what God wills for us. Thank you.